Welcome to another product feature episode by TST Industries. I'm Stephen Fox, and today I am bringing our new integrated taillight for the 2014 and up Yamaha FZ-09, also known as the MT-09. Okay, we have another Street Fighter style motorcycle in the studio today. These things are really gaining in popularity, and the FZ-09 is definitely a top contender in that space. This bike has a great engine, really cool aesthetics, but it also has this taillight. Now, some people like it, a lot of people hate it. We're here to replace it. To start this episode, I want to discuss how our new integrated taillight is a complement to the overall aesthetic cues of the FZ-09. So coming on over here to the bike, let's take a look at how this thing fits in. Obviously, right off the bat, much more sleek in profile than the OEM unit. We follow a lot of the body lines of the tail section. If you could imagine the curve of this rear fairing continuing, that's essentially where our taillight is pointing. This bike does have a lot of organic shapes complemented by other sharp elements. Up here at the top, we have these really neat design features built into the housing of the taillight that complement some of the more angular styling on this particular bike. And then if we look at it from the top, this tail section starts out wide, and as it's coming in, there's a lot of these sharp vertexes here. As we get closer and closer together towards the rear of the bike, our taillight continues that design cue. It really does look great. Obviously works very well whenever you join it with a TST fender eliminator, such as the Elite 1 adjustable unit and closeout that we have on the bike in the studio. We will be offering this integrated taillight in a smoked and clear lens. For any of you guys out there that are like, what is an integrated taillight? That simply means that we have incorporated turn signaling functionality into the taillight, which means you can choose to ditch the pod signals or OEM signals and run just this taillight. Now, speaking of light engine functionality, let's talk about what we have going on inside this taillight. We have 66 LEDs. This is the densest light output taillight that we have produced to date. It's extremely bright for how small it is. We have our perimeter running light built into this taillight. Has a really cool look whenever it's on. And another really neat feature about this particular unit is that we've actually deployed oval style LEDs for that perimeter light. That's not something that you see every day, and it really does enhance the look whenever the running light is on. Brake light is extremely bright. Just the perimeter is what illuminates whenever you do signal to go left or right. It's a really neat looking feature. And the last thing I'd like to point out about our light engine is that this is a standard model, standard brake, standard turn signals. The PCB here is simply too small for us to deploy some of the other programming features of our other taillights. Something like the R3 FZ-07 taillight, really large housing, lots of room to work with. So we decided to keep that functionality off of this taillight so that we could keep it extremely bright with a lot of LEDs. Now, I'll quickly touch on something there. We've actually been thinking about producing a plug-in brake strobe unit that you could deploy on a taillight like this or any others that don't already have a brake strobe built in. If that's something that you guys would be interested in us producing, please let us know in the comments and we'll know to get right on that. Okay, let's move on to the installation of this taillight. Obviously, you can watch Bart perform a professional installation that will walk you through the process step by step, but I've got to say, guys, this is one of the easiest taillights to install in our lineup. The seat comes right off of this bike, which exposes the OEM unit immediately. You take it out, put ours back in, plug it in with the plug-and-play wiring, and you're pretty much done. So very straightforward, no question there. And again, check out the install video if you have any questions beyond that. Now, a common question we get in regards to our integrated taillights is whether or not you can install one of these solely as a brake light. And the answer is yes, you can get one of these taillights onto your FZ-09. Do not plug in the signal wires of the taillight. Instead, plug in whatever turn signals you want to run, and there you have it. One of our taillights functioning solely as a running and brake light. And now let me briefly discuss a couple of recommended accessories to go along with this integrated taillight. The first one is going to be an LED flasher relay. Now, the taillight does come with load balancing resistors to combat the hyperflash situation that can sometimes occur when you install LED turn signals. The load balancing resistors are relatively straightforward to install if you're good at doing a little bit of wiring, but if you are the type of person that are looking for an easy plug-and-play installation and can then adjust the flash rate of your FZ-09, the LED flasher relay is definitely the way to go. My second recommended accessory to go along with the taillight are obviously any one of our fender eliminator options available for the FZ-09. High quality construction, priced really aggressively to go along with the taillight. And this can really transform the entire look of your tail when you package these things together. And now the last thing I'd like to touch on for this video is our pricing. Now guys, I have to say we're being extremely aggressive with the launch of this new taillight. We're gonna be offering this at under $80. Where does that put it in the market? You can find OEM remakes. That means it's this exact geometry with an integrated circuit board built in, and those are coming in at between $85 and $130. Then beyond there, you do have some other products that are out there that are not exact OEM remakes, but those typically don't have turn signals built in. They're just brake lights. And then there are a couple of other options, but those are $90+. So we're providing really great aesthetics, high quality construction for under 80 bucks. I think this is gonna be a great unit for that price. That is gonna conclude it for today's episode. If you're interested in learning more about this product or getting it ordered, go ahead and click this card to be taken to our website. If you're wondering what you should watch next, I'd suggest watching the installation for this taillight. Otherwise, this has been Steven with TST Industries. Catch you next time. What a really great product for a decent... Blah, 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 blah. I have bugs crawling on me, so that really lost my train of focus. Why? Ooh. Still retains some of that something. Motorcycle for your entire... I say this stuff so many times. I need more synonyms for motorcycle, sport bike, bike, thing, two-wheel machine. Look at my face. This ain't a race. The Installosaurus. There's a link in the description to find this taillight on tstindustries.com, since you probably don't know how to get there on your own. Appearing on my hand will be a link to find this taillight on our website. Click somewhere in this area. Yeah.